Good morning, South Park. How you doing there? Anderson coming at you once again. It's Wednesday, and this is going to be our last day because we're off from school on Thursday, Friday for the holiday, and also Monday. So we're going to go over some questions. Any problems, please email me. Stephanie Vermasi, you email me. I sent you my phone number. Make sure you give me a call, either you or your parents, and we'll figure out what that situation figure out what that situation is. But right now, let's go over our homework. I'm going to give everybody a couple seconds to dig it out. We're looking at Roman numeral number 2, forests and fisheries, letter A. We're going to start off right there, letter A. Oh, hopefully everybody's safe and sound still. All right, let's get going. Letter A, forests contain many valuable resources. Letter A, many valuable resources. You can, from the forest, you can get lumber to build houses. You need forest to provide paper. You can get fruits, nuts from the forest, wood to make furniture. The forests provide many valuable resources. Letter B, trees and other plants produce. All right, here's your answer for letter B. Trees and other plants produce. The answer is oxygen that organisms need to survive. So they produce oxygen that organisms need to survive. Oxygen, so organisms need to survive. So that is letter B. So letter A, many valuable resources. Letter B, oxygen that organisms need to survive. All right, under letter B, you have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. For number 1, they absorb carbon dioxide and pollution from the air. They absorb carbon dioxide and pollution from the air. Carbon dioxide and pollution from the air. All right, so number 1 is carbon dioxide and pollution from the air. Number 2, they prevent flooding. They prevent flooding. They prevent flooding. So number 1 is carbon dioxide and pollution. Number 2 is they prevent flooding. And number 3, they hold the soil together. They hold the soil together to stop. They hold the soil together to stop erosion. Erosion is E-R-O-S-I-O-N. Erosion is E-R-O-S-I-O-N. They stop erosion. So number 1 is carbon dioxide and pollution. Number 2 is they prevent flooding. And number 3, they hold the soil together to stop erosion. You see all that hair? I need a haircut. Man, it's looking bad. I can't go see my barber, South Park. Letter C, there are 300 million acres of forest. 300 million acres of forest. 300 million acres of forest. Under letter C, number 1, forest industries provide 1 million jobs, roughly 1 million jobs. 1 million jobs. So hopefully everyone got this done. If not, just fill in the answers as I go over. All right. And letter D, excuse me there. Letter D. Because, okay, this is a long answer. I'll help you out a little bit. Because new trees are planted to replace trees that are cut down, forests are renewed. Just put down, once a tree is cut down, 3 are replanted. Once a tree is cut down, 3 are replanted. Once a tree is cut down, 3 are replanted. 3 are replanted. All right, moving on to letter E, logging methods. Logging methods. All right, number 1, The two types of logging method are clear cutting and selective cutting. And I talked about that a lot yesterday. Make sure you know the vocabulary words clear cutting and selective cutting. Clear cutting and selective cutting. Number 2, clear cutting. The process of cutting down all trees. The process of cutting down all trees. All trees. Process of cutting down all the trees. Number 3, selective cutting. Put down this, cutting down some trees. Cutting down some trees, leaving a mix. Cutting down some trees, leaving a mix. So number 1 is number 1 is clear cutting and selective cutting. You can have it in any order. Number 2, clear cutting, cutting down all trees. Selective cutting, cutting down some trees in an area, some trees. As long as you have a definition that's kind of similar to what I'm giving, it's fine. When I send out the study guide, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be more wordy, but write down under the situation, just write down a brief answer there. All right, letter F, sustainable yield. The book definition is the amount of renewable resources such as trees that can be harvested regular without reducing the future supply. Put down sustainable yield, put this down. Cutting down some trees, but not all. Cutting down some trees, but not all, so there's some for the future. Cutting down some trees, not all, so there's some for the future. Cutting down some trees, but not all, so there's some for the future. I believe I said, imagine if you had 100 trees, you cut down 15 every year and you replant and you replant and you replant. So you always have a continuous cycle. And by doing that, those million people that are working stay working. You just don't have a whole bunch of working and all of a sudden it dies out because all the trees are gone. You make sure you have a continuous cycle. For certified wood, just put down this organization. Make sure forests are handled responsible. Certified wood, this organization makes sure that the forests are handled responsibly. That's all I want you to put down. Man, I need a haircut. I'm actually taping this Tuesday night out on the back deck. And it's supposed to get kind of nasty Tuesday evening and Wednesday with a thunderstorm. So make sure everybody has their flashlights ready to go. You never know, you might be out of power for a little bit. So you know me, I'm always prepared. Letter G, we're moving on to fishery. Is an area with a valuable ocean fish. An area with a large valuable ocean organisms. So just put down for fishery, an area that produces a lot of fish. An area that produces a lot of fish. Because actually this is going through, in the answer key it has oceans. But I also want you to put down lakes and rivers because those are still fished pretty heavily, especially the Great Lakes. So just put down an area where fishing is important. That's fine. For number 1, Grand Banks. Number 1, Grand Banks. Number 2, George's Banks. So number 1, Grand Banks, Grand, Banks, Banks. George's Bank, George's Bank, Georges, Bank, Bank. And the last one, number 3, Monterey Canyon. Monterey, Monterey Canyon. So Monterey Canyon. Letter H, overfishing. When fish are caught faster than they can breed. When fish are caught faster than they can breed, population decreases. Population decreases. When fish are caught faster than they can breed, the population decreases. All right, and then we're going to scroll down to managing fisheries. Managing fisheries. Put down under number 2. See, where it says managing fisheries, just skip that one time. Go down to number 2. For the first line, put down setting fishing limits. Setting fishing limits. On the second line, changing fishing methods. So the first line on number 1 or number 2, fishing limits. The second line, changing fishing methods. The third line, aquaculture. And the last line, new resources. New resources. So number 2, the first line, fishing limits. The second line, fishing methods. The third line, aquaculture. And the last one, new resources. Now, for number 3, aquaculture, just put down fish farming. Fish farming. Fish farming. Fish farming. Now, go up to number 1 where it says managing fisheries. Put down ways. I'm trying to take a book definition that's super long and make sure that you can write it down. Ways to stop. Ways to stop from overfishing. Ways to stop from overfishing. Ways to stop from overfishing. And that's what I want you to put down for managing fisheries. All right? So listen up for work. All I want you to do is go ahead and answer these questions. I gave you the answers. Go ahead, fill them in. You're good to go. Anybody that has any problems, please reach out. Stephanie Vermasi, you reached out to me. I sent you my email, or I sent you an email with my phone number. Have you or your parents give me a call. Hey, I know everyone's stressing out. Be positive. Be positive. You need anything, reach out to me. Hey, for everybody, there is a program up at the high school, up at the football field. If food is starting to become an issue, South Park, the school district, is handing out food every day. Breakfast and lunch. Breakfast and lunch. Your parents don't have to be there. You just have to show up with your name and I think your student ID number, your lunch code number, and they'll take care of you. Be safe. You need me, reach out to me. Do you understand? I know we got a couple days off here. We'll have Wednesday evening off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If food starts to become an issue, please reach out. Stacovi and I will always take care of you guys. You know that. All right, listen, stay safe. I love each and every one of you. To my first period, you know I miss you guys. My second period, outstanding. Third period's outstanding. I really miss the Bridges. My sixth period, my seventh period, and my ninth period. Told you my ninth period. My dad was actually over here yesterday. He just came from a visit, and he was asking about my ninth period class and all my kids. Miss Scandroli from ninth period, I miss you a lot. So, love everybody. Reach out to me if you need anything. And I do miss everything. I believe next week we're going to have another team talk on hopefully Friday. Ms. Richardson will send you a email. Stay safe. Love you, each and every one of you. All right. Bye-bye.